Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today, and this is another project for the 12 Days of Christmas. Holds a little cocoa packet. Okay, the supplies you're going to need is Early Espresso cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5.5, so that's just the standard card size. Then we've got crumb cake that is 8.5 by 2, and then 2.25 by 3.25. We've got Designer Series paper that measures 8.5 by 1 3/4. Cherry cobbler, 2.25 by 1 3/4, and then Whisper White that's 1 by 3. This one, and then a 1/2 inch by 2.25, and I have 2 just in case I mess up. That's for the greeting right here. The stamp set that we're using is Oh What Fun and Coffee Cafe. Okay, so what we'll do now is actually stamp our images, and we're going to let those dry. So the greeting is from Oh What Fun. This is a brand new Cherry Cobbler ink pad. I've never used it before, and I've just jumped the track. Okay, there we go. My other one was getting kind of gnarly, so here we go. And then we'll set that aside, and then now we'll stamp the greeting. And I didn't stamp that straight, so it's a good thing I have this second one. And I'm going to move this one closer to my head, or my face I should say. There we go. Much better. Hopefully I have saved myself enough room to use the punch. I'm going to stamp it one more time just in case I didn't. Yeah, so remember that. Stamp it to the left of your strip because we're going to be flagging the end, okay? Okay, so now I'm using the Stampin' Trimmer, and what I'm going to do first is score the card at 4 1/4, just like normal. And then now what I want to do is slide this down to the 5 3/4 mark, and what I'm going to do is make a tick mark with the scoring blade. Okay, so just, and if you have better control using like the stylus, you can. But I can see the tick mark there. And then now I'm going to turn it on this side, making sure that that tick mark is to the left. And I'm going to place it at the 2 3/4, and I'm going to make another tick mark. Okay? And I've confirmed that it's there. And I can see it. Okay, so I'm going to line up the 2 3/4 tick mark with the track line right there. And then I'm going to line up the 5 3/4 one up here. Okay, so the 5 3/4 tick mark is there, and the 2 3/4 tick mark is here. And then now I'm just going to score at an angle, just like that, and fold that over. See? There it is. Easy peasy. Now we're going to take our tearing tape and we're going to seal up the bottom here. So just fold that over. Now for this one, you can just tuck it in if you want, or you can glue it down. If you're going to glue it down before you do the bottom, okay? Because it's kind of hard to do so now. Okay, we're going to set this aside for a second. We're going to take the Designer Series paper and add it to the crumb cake. I'm just going to use my liquid glue. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take this piece and we're going to start in the back because it's not going to meet in the front, but we're going to cover that up with the doily, okay? So all I'm going to do is just fold it. Technically, if you can, try to center it, okay? So I'm just going to fold that over, and you can use your bone folder if you want to. Okay, now we're going to do this side. And like I said, they're not going to meet in the middle, but that's okay because we're covering it up. So make sure when you attach it that you don't go past the opening right there, okay? So now we're just going to take our adhesive, whatever adhesive you want to use. I'm just going to go ahead and use my tear-in tape since it's here. Okay, again, I'm going to start on the back. I placed it down, and it may be crooked. Well, maybe not. It's not crooked. Maybe it is a little. It's okay. So now I'm going to take the doily and place it right there. So see what I mean? You're not going to see that they don't meet. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue again. Okay, we can set this aside for a few minutes. Let's go ahead and cut out our pieces. So we're using the coffee cup framelits, and I am using, oh, and you know what? We forgot to stamp one image, so let me grab that. So we're using this one, and we want to use this one right here. Okay, so now we're going to take the Early Espresso ink, and we're taking this image. Don't look at my block too closely. I need to clean it. Whoops. So the framelit is going to cut this piece out, and then this piece. Oh, we need one more piece. We need this one right here to cut out this, and then we're going to be using Whisper White for that, okay? So I've got the Big Shot, got it platform, cutting pad. We'll start with this one. Okay, so I have a question for y'all. I want to know who does not have the Big Shot. I'm just interested to know who has one and who doesn't have one. So there's that one. And the reason I ask is because so many of our products now use the Big Shot. So I'm wondering who has it, who doesn't. Feel free to post it on my YouTube channel, actually. Yeah, I usually say head over to my blog, but you know what? Leave a comment on my channel. I don't think I've ever said those words a day in my life. Who would have known? I've been posting YouTube videos on YouTube for 10 years, and I've never said that. Maybe I have. I don't think so. In fact, I don't think I've ever said subscribe either, though. But you know I want you to, right? Okay, one more piece to cut out. Sorry, I'm just talking up a storm, right? It's Christmas, so no flames. Somebody's going to say, what does no flames mean? It means be nice. This time of year, we can meet some of the nicest people in our life, and we can also meet some of the meanest. So, and my framelight's acting a little possessed. Let's get all of our pieces back in here now. Here's the one we're working on. Trash, trash. Okay, so let's start with the linen thread, which is kind of buried right here. We're going to wrap this around 3 times. Let's see, I got to make sure I give myself enough room to tie a pretty bow. And I might have just did that, is that 4? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's going to look good no matter what, right? I do think I wrapped it around 4 times, but it'll be okay. Brookie actually loves these hot cocoa packets. She usually drinks the one with the marshmallows. Okay, we're going to trim the ends. I'll probably clean that bow up in a minute. So now let's assemble our pieces. I'm going to add this one with liquid glue. And you know what? I just realized that I didn't do the embossing on it. So this one right here is supposed to go over the top of it. And I didn't do that. I've already put glue on it. So I'm just going to say I'm going to skip that part this time. So I apologize. There's nothing like being behind on absolutely everything right now. Okay, this one's going to go up here, and I'm going to add it with mini dimensionals. I'm going to flag the end of this one using the Banner Triple Punch. And I didn't mess it up. See, you can hardly tell that it's embossed under there. Okay, so I'm just going to use some liquid glue on this. And hopefully I didn't put liquid glue on the end down there. Did I? No, I didn't. Yay. This I'm going to pop up with the little dimensionals. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to actually place it up here so that I put them exactly where I need them, okay? If that makes sense. Okay, so remember this little piece right here, the little stir stick thingy? So we want to add that on here just like that. So I'm going to use a glue dot. Most of the glue dot's going to be covered up. So we're just going to place it right there. See? Okay. And then we're going to take a cherry cobbler, enamel shape. I'm going to say it because I always say it every time I use them. I love these things. I really do. Okay, so the hardest part will be lining that up without pulling it away. Yay, I did it. Okay. And now I'm just going to turn it over and put dimensionals on the back. Okay, so now we just want to take this and we want to get our linen thread exactly where we want it. So I'm going to straighten it up a bit and even up these tails on the linen thread. And then add this to the front. See, that's what I mean. I want to bring this down. There we go. And then you just slide your hot cocoa packet right in there. I'll show you just to make sure. See? It works. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye.